Welcome to another episode of Chalk and Cheese. My name is Chase. This is Dan. Today we're going to be discussing just a quick recap of the first 3 rounds of the Rugby World Cup. Some of the good things we've seen, some of the bad, and we'll have to talk to Dan about his Australia. So, Dan, after the first 3 rounds of the Rugby Union World Cup, how's it been going?
It hasn't been going. So we briefly spoke about in a previous episode where rugby is in Australia, and sort of getting Eddie Jones in the point of that. And at the time, through the Bledisloe, and then we played South Africa, Argentina, and a couple of exhibition matches in the Northern Hemisphere, we were off the pace, but that was... Like, we knew that was going to happen, bringing young players in.
Yeah.
So you got to have that little build phase. But at the time, they still had Hooper. They still had Quaid in the team. They still had their senior players. You take all that out, and then your bench players are now starting when they're young and fresh, and it's a massive occasion to chuck them into.
Yeah.
Obviously, Taniela Tupou gets injured. Skelton gets injured. That doesn't help. But I think it's worse than just losing those 2 players. So to be honest, it's been like the second half of that Wales game, I turned it off because they were hanging their heads and they just had no belief, and it feels like they couldn't do anything right.
Yeah, because I don't know, Rugby Union World Cup, similar to the Rugby League World Cup, there's not a lot of surprises. It's just normally finding your order for the tier 1 nations to see where they come into quarterfinals. The major surprise that sort of you could see coming before the World Cup has been Fiji.
Yeah.
Like them beating England and then taking Wales real close.
Yeah.
And Australia knowing you got to win one of those games. So Fiji's been a bit of a pleasant surprise having someone do well.
Yeah.
It's just been a shame it's been at the expense of Australia.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Rugby Union Northern Hemisphere teams are looking like they're in the box seat at the moment.
But you also look at how the game is over there. Like, if anyone wants to make money in Australia, they go play in France, they go play in Japan, they go play in Europe, and they're getting paid because the following there is massive. So obviously it's a grassroots and a local issue that people aren't buying into the rugby product, and that needs to be looked at. But I mean, how prestigious is the Wallabies jersey? Even when you lose, the grit's there and they just play to the end.
Yeah.
Like, you're missing your Pococks, you're missing your Hooper, you're missing those hard-nosed players that just leave it on the field, and even if they lose, you can hang your hat on their performance. Because most of the time we're playing the All Blacks, and to beat them is
But I don't know,
ridiculous.
now it looks like Australian Rugby Union's at a point where you just get players that don't make it in league.
Yeah.
And then you keep going to go chase league players to come to your squad. It doesn't make sense.
But when we were winning the World Cup, the types of players that were there, they probably still came through the private school system.
Yeah.
But they had like the farm boy energy where they just know how to work hard, they roll their sleeves up and get after it.
I don't think there's any farms in.
I don't think... At the moment, they look like they all want to be backs and not get tackled and play flash and aren't willing to do the hard work. Like, our breakdown is terrible.
So we got, Australia sort of struggling a little bit, Fiji picking up, but I think New Zealand's lost to France. I'm not quite sure, I need to check, but I think that was the first time New Zealand's lost
A pool game?
Yeah. So France beating them, Springboks losing 2 days ago to Ireland.
I wouldn't read too much into the Springbok loss.
Yeah.
Because the guy couldn't kick.
Yeah.
He kicked themselves out of the game, and they were in it.
Yeah.
Again, they still lost, but it's small things to adjust, and I don't know how much more Ireland has to give to be better.
Because that's where it's going to be a tough next round of fixtures, because we've nearly got the top 2 from each pool.
Sorted.
They're looking pretty settled. France at the moment's winning one, England's winning the other, Ireland's going to win our pool, unless Scotland can cause an upset there, and Wales is winning a pool. So the top 2 is sorted. There's not a lot of second places fighting out as well, because besides Scotland and
the box.
Scotland versus Ireland, and Australia need to pray Fiji loses to Portugal or whoever's in that pool. So it's going to be, there's one side that looks like it's going to be a really tough quarter-final, semi-final, final, and the other draw actually looks like
if you win that game, you're straight.
Because it looks at the moment like it's going to be New Zealand, Ireland,
Yeah.
South Africa, France, and then Wales, Argentina,
England, and Fiji. Yeah.
So the second side of the pools is looking like if you...
A little bit weaker.
Yeah, England should be smiling.
Yeah.
England and Wales, actually, because, I don't know, has Wales made it to a semi-final of a World Cup before? They could be going, yeah, this could be our time to get through to a semi. So, predictions now.
I still think...
Knowing that, I think the top 4 all on one side.
Yeah.
Who do you think... Let's just go semi-final. Let's pick a semi-finals. Who do you think at the moment you've got?
I am liking France. But obviously, it's rare that people win a home World Cup.
Yeah.
So there's that hoodoo they got to get
South
over.
Africa, right? They got to get through South Africa.
So I still like South Africa. They've brought a little bit more energy to their game. Like 2 years ago under Rasmus or whatever his name was, you couldn't watch them. They're so boring.
Now we actually attack.
So now they run with the ball. They need to work on their goal kicking, but that can be an easy fix. So I'm still liking South Africa to be Final 4. England will get there.
Yeah.
And then, Wales and Argentina.
But it's just the other day, I think they beat Samoa in 1910. Like, I don't know what's happened to Argentina.
But they are a team, again, everything has to go right.
Yeah.
So I watched them play the Wallabies a couple of years ago, and they should have thrashed us, but they just kept dropping the ball. Like, their play is actually pretty exciting, but their execution's a bit off.
Yeah.
So that could be a wild card getting through there, Argentina over Wales.
Yeah.
But again, the Northern Hemisphere teams just play a different way.
Yeah.
And it seems to be pretty successful at the moment. Then the other side, Springboks through, hopefully beating France.
Yeah.
And then who's Ireland got?
Ireland, New Zealand.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Surely.
Ireland's beat New Zealand twice,
surely the All Blacks get up. You would think.
Yeah.
You'd have to look at the team they put out because that can change
injuries,
everything. But Ireland are exciting.
Yeah, they're 14 wins in a row or something. They haven't lost in 2023. Like
and if they can find a way to win, then Ireland's going to get it.
Okay. So you sort of going.
So we'll go Ireland.
In the one semi and England, Wales in the other.
No, England, Argentina. Hopefully.
Argentina get there. So I'm sort of with you. I reckon Springboks. I don't want to say Ireland. I don't think I've ever picked against New Zealand.
Yeah, you don't.
At this early stage,
But if they ever had a lull, it's now.
So, Springboks Ireland. And then the semis. Fiji did beat England before the World Cup, but I don't see them doing it again. So I see England going through. And, Wales, Argentina. I honestly think Wales...
Wales should win that, but if Argentina turn up...
You're picking one upset. One sneaky team getting through. Well, that's just a quick recap of the first 3 rounds of the Rugby Union World Cup. We'll have another episode when it gets close to the semi-final so we can check our predictions and see my Springboks in the final. Thank you for watching and listening to another episode, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
We go.